So there's a lot with it. So
There's a lot. There's a lot.
So it could be a lot of different types of feelings and stuff like that. So to kind of recognize someone's depressed. So what kind of, let's just say someone is going through a state of depression or suffering really bad anxiety and stuff. What can happen if they don't actually do something about it?
Well, it's if they don't reach out and get some help, well, they're going to be very unhappy, but they're going to be suffering. And some people will just deteriorate into a really bad mental state and become severely depressed. And then it can be very difficult to come out of that because it's going to take much longer. So if you're feeling that you're suffering from symptoms of anxiety or or symptoms of depression, what I would suggest is talking to somebody about it, and choose somebody who you trust, someone who can hold what you're bringing to them, and someone who will just listen.
Yeah.
It might be a relative, it might be a friend, it could be a parent, or it might be someone external like a therapist. But to reach out and to say, I don't feel okay. I think I might be suffering from anxiety, or I think I might be suffering from depression.
I think that's a big message as well, is to be okay, to not be okay, to not feel okay, to be opening and willing to actually say to people that you're not okay. Because I know that was a big thing for me as well. I just kept everything in. I wouldn't share anything at all because I felt I felt ashamed about it. I felt embarrassed about it. That I thought it kind of made me look weak if I started sharing how I was feeling and everything. So I'd keep everything in. And it affected me for years. So it took me a long time to work on myself and overcome so many different challenges where I'm still kind of figuring things out at the moment. But I think that is really important. Like you said, if someone's experiencing any of those feelings, those emotions, whatever that, just say, right, okay, I need to actually speak to someone. I need to let it out.
Yeah. There's also ways that you can help yourself whenever you feel anxious. So I would often incorporate this into sessions with clients. So the first thing is your breathing. So it's a very powerful tool that we all have access to. When we take a deep breath, we help our nervous system calm down. So our muscles in our body will start to relax. So it's called 3-part breathing.
Yeah.
So you can YouTube it, or you can watch me here. I can show you. You can show you what I mean. But it's a way of anchoring yourself. Okay, so because when we're anxious, we're very much head heavy. We're up in our heads. Our thoughts are racing, and we've lost contact with the rest of our body. So we're not grounded. So the first thing we need to do is stabilize ourselves and ground ourselves. So 3-part breathing. My hand is on my chest and my tummy. So 3-part breathing is where we're breathing with our chest and our rib cage and our tummy. So it's a deep breath. So I'm not sure if you can see in the video, but my chest and my rib cage and my tummy were all moving. And that breath came from my tummy, so it was a deep breath. But instantly, when I breathe like that, my head is clearer. So I often say to people, if you're feeling anxious, go into a bathroom, take 3 deep breaths, and just wait, and there'll be a shift in how you're feeling.
So it's just simply that slow, deep breath in.
Yeah.
And then slowly breathing back out again.
Yeah.
So doing that 3 times.
Doing that 3 times, and when you're breathing out, your exhale should be longer than your inhale, and try to make a sound.
Okay.
Yeah. So 3-part breathing. Meditation also really beneficial. A lot of people aren't familiar with it. So we would start off in a session with a body scan.
Yeah.
Where I would talk the client through their different body parts from their head to their toes.
Yeah.
And this is helping them focus on their body and also focusing on their breath. So I recommend an app called Andrew Johnson. It's a relax app and it's 12 minutes long. You can listen to it with headphones, in bed, seated, and it helps bring about a state of calm.
Yeah.
Very useful if you are going to an exam, you could do this preparation beforehand, or if you find at night that you can't sleep, do it before you go to bed. So it's a way of I suppose reducing your anxiety levels.
Yeah. It's something I know. I went to a meditation and mindfulness workshop at the weekend, and so I've committed myself now every day 10 minutes meditation.
Yeah.
But it's like before, when I thought about meditation, I thought you have to sit on the floor with your legs crossed and go hum.
Yeah.
But it's not really about that at all. It's just focusing on you and your breathing and trying to just relax yourself, really.
Yeah. It is, and a lot of people have to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
Because life is so busy and so fast, and we're going. To actually slow down and to stop can be really difficult, and to just focus in on the now, in the present moment, what's going on here right now.
Yeah.
Tapping into the signs around you, tapping into the signs within you. It can be a very difficult thing at the beginning, but it's a practice.
Yeah.
And the more you practice, the better you will get at doing it, but also the more self-aware you will become, and you'll be able to tune into yourself more, or catch, I'm feeling anxious now because my breathing's going, I'm breathing very fast. So it's a very useful tool to have. Another physical technique that you can use, it's a tapping technique. It's useful with children, with teenagers who are feeling fear, who are feeling anxious. So it's called the butterfly hug, and it's crossing your hands like so across your chest, and it's very much, creating a butterfly with your hands, and you're just tapping left, right, left, right. So you just continue to tap, and this is working with your brain. It's balancing the left and the right side of your brain. But this is for, say, 3 minutes of tapping, helps to reduce anxiety, reduce stress, and create calm.
You're trying to focus on the tap, so
focus on the rhythm.
If your mind is off thinking about other things, it's about saying, no, just feel the tap, focus on the tap.
Yeah, and so you're taking control of your mind.
Yeah.
Because you're focusing in on something. So that's the butterfly hug. I would share it with students, so it's a very useful tool to use when you're sitting down at the exam table and you might have a mental block. You can just bring about some calm.
Yeah.
Using this tapping technique.
So it's something that people can do anywhere.
Anywhere.
So you can even do your 3 breaths and then just even just like that, just to try and refocus yourself, calm yourself.
Yeah, just anchor yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, just anchor yourself. Things like mindful exercise.
Yeah.
So yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, body balance. They're great exercises to integrate into your life to help, again, you focus inwards, to help you connect to your whole body, to help you focus in on your breath. Great for de-stressing. So I would encourage clients to start practicing mindful exercise. Nature, and being around nature, going for walks in a forest where you're surrounded by greenery, where you hear the birds, very peaceful, very cleansing, very grounding. Going for a walk on the beach, barefoot, in the sand, in the water, very cleansing, very therapeutic, very stressful. So going into the garden, getting your hands into the soil, again, all ways of grounding and reducing anxiety. Petting an animal, a dog, a horse, again, very easy way to bring calm into your body. And lastly, I would encourage clients to keep a journal of what they are, of what they're becoming aware of as they're engaging in therapy. And this helps them to become more aware of how they're feeling, sensations in their body, and they're becoming more familiar with their emotions. It's also a way of them tracking, their progress. So, when I first came to Jennifer, I felt this.
Yeah.
And, 4 or 5 weeks in, I feel this. And you can see your progress. So it gives you a sense of achievement and confidence. So there are some techniques I would share with clients to help reduce anxiety.
So Jennifer, would you have any tips for helping people overcome depression?
Yes. So the first thing I would say to a client is to talk, to share it with somebody else, to reach out to somebody they can trust and say, I don't feel okay, and I haven't felt okay for quite some time, and I think I might be feeling depressed. That in itself, you'll feel a relief because you've named it, and there's an acceptance as well. Secondly, it's very important when we feel stressed and we feel under threat, we can isolate, we can withdraw, and that's what's not going to help. So it's important not to isolate yourself and to stay connected with people. So make a conscious effort to go out and connect with someone every day, and that's face-to-face contact. That's very important. Manage your stress and anxiety, because that often comes with depression.
Yeah.
So I talked earlier about tips in managing your anxiety, but also take time to self-care. So relax, and that could just mean sitting up, putting your feet up, watching a movie that's going to make you laugh. Nurture yourself, spend time with positive people who give and don't just take. So they fill your emotional tank as opposed to drain it. Really important. Again, daily habits. So often when we feel depressed, we can reach for things that aren't helpful. So I talked earlier about alcohol. Alcohol and drugs might help in the short term, but they're not going to help in the long term, because you'll feel worse the next day. Yeah. So you're just adding to your depression and your stress and your anxiety. Be mindful of what you put into your body. So be mindful of your food. So eat wholesome food that will increase your energy levels, that will help increase your mood, or create a better mood. Participate in activities that you enjoy. So these will bring out the best in you. They'll make you laugh, and they'll make you feel yourself again. And get moving. So exercise, really key in helping us feel good about ourselves. We release endorphins that make us feel happy. We feel a sense of achievement after doing a workout or doing a class. So get moving. Can be outdoors as well. Even better, in the sun. Get your vitamin D intake as well. But to keep yourself active. And again, as I said earlier, nature is a very powerful way to lift your spirits.
I suppose just to finish up, so do you have any tips for, I suppose, teenagers going through school at the moment, or even finishing school and moving into looking for a job and stuff like that? Which can be a big step for people.
It's really difficult to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
At such a young age, so know that is normal. I think talk to as many people as you possibly can about where you are interested in going, career-wise, and get a feel for, in a sense, okay, is this something I'd like? Could I see myself in this job? I think that would be very helpful. Also talk to your careers guidance counsellor. So that would help you visualize, what your career is going to look like. In terms of exams and getting ready to do exams, definitely some of the techniques I've shared here about creating calm within your body, reducing anxiety. You can do them on the morning of your exam. And sometimes as well, people aren't academically minded, and it's, you know, exams aren't a measure of success. There's so many other roads you can go down.
Yeah.
So it's knowing yourself, I suppose, and it's knowing where are my strengths, where are my talents, you know, what am I good at, and sometimes it's just about, okay, I'll do my best. It's about I suppose putting the effort in, doing your best study wise, showing up in the morning as calm as you can and giving it your best shot.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for today. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing your words of wisdom.
Thanks, Dave.
No, bye.